Kinabuhi ka sa tanan, sa bugtong ko.
We humbly welcome you to Balay Mindanaw and thank you for being a part of this journey which began in 1996. When we began this journey towards equity, development, peace, and resiliency, all we envisioned was for a few Mindanaoans like me to continue serving Mindanao right here in Mindanao through a Mindanaoan vehicle called Balay Mindanaw. We have always wanted Balay Mindanaw to be Mindanao-rooted, Mindanao-based, Mindanao-focused, Mindanaoan-led. We have always wanted to contribute significantly, however modestly, to the making of a Mindanao that is truly a home for Mindanaoans. Balay Mindanao's vision has always been very clear: equity, development, peace for Mindanao, the Philippines, and the world. We have always believed that just, lasting, and inclusive peace can only be achieved by addressing the roots of inequity and underdevelopment. We seek to help build empowered, sustainable, peaceful, and resilient communities. And in pursuing that mission, we have chosen the community, the village, or the barangay as the locus and focus of our intervention. In 1996, a few weeks after the birth of Balay Mindanaw, we sent out our first community organizers. We called them SHADOWs, Sustainable Integrated Area Development Organizers. But SHADOWs also means shadows. To be unobtrusive, to be at the background, to be humble, not to take the lead, but hold hands with the communities, work with them, and most importantly, live with them. When our first shadows started working here in 1996, they were just staying, living with families who would welcome them. After a few months, the people of this community offered them this house. This house was carried on the shoulders of the people of this community a kilometer away to its present site now. This is now Balay Anii. This is our very first community house. Since then, we've been helping build community houses in the partner barangays that we live and work with. It all started in this modest house in the rural barangay of Anii in Claveria, Misamis Oriental.
Ako si Peter Tuminhay, kapitan sa Barangay San Vicente. Nagsugod ang among pakigbisog kabahin sa yuta sa 1997 pa. Diya nagsugod ang among struggle kabahin sa yuta og iabtan siya og mga 12 ka tuig sa among pakigbisog nga maangkon ang yuta nga kabilin sa among mga ginikanan. Og kaning pakigbisog daghan kayo ang mga kasinatian nga among nagian. Ang uban sa among kami mismo sa ang mga opisyale sa co-op ni agi nagpagkapriso tungod sa pakigbisog og aduna nakalas nga kinabuhit og kaning pakigbisog namo nilungtad kini siya sa mga sobra sa napulo ka tuig og nakabot ra gyud namo na kuha ra gyud namo ang kadaugan kay nakuha man namo ang 144 hectares. Ang nag-una gyud nga NGO dinhi sa Mindanao nga nakatabang sa among pakigbisog mao gid ang Balay Mindanaw. Gani sa pag-launch namo og hunger strike duha ka bisis, walay lain nga NGO nga nanimbaso gid pagtabang kanamo kun dili ang Balay Mindanaw. So dako kayang pagpasalamat namo sa Balay Mindanaw nga dako kayo ang ilang contribution sa pakigbisog sa mapalad.
My partnership with Balay Mindanaw dates back to 1999. Balay Mindanaw has always been a true and genuine partner. Through Balay Mindanaw, I was able to understand more clearly what were the most compelling services that the people had needed. I owe Balay Mindanaw a lot for the things that I have achieved, first as congressman, then later as governor, and now as mayor of Cagayan de Oro. Thank you, Balay Mindanaw, for being with us.
In 2003, representatives from the Philippine government and the Revolutionaryong Partidong Manggagawa ng Mindanao, RPMM, or the Revolutionary Workers' Party, requested Balay Mindanaw to help them set up a peace process. And we said yes to that invitation, to that challenge, to that opportunity. And that was actually the turning point in Balay Mindanaw's journey. From land rights to development work, this peace process opened the doors to peace-building work for Balay Mindanaw. And soon, Balay Mindanaw has been transformed into a peace-building NGO, and it also opened the doors for international peace work. Eventually, Balay Mindanaw became a very active member of Action Asia, a network of peace workers from all over Asia. And now, Balay Mindanaw acts as the secretariat of this network.
In the wars of Mindanao, two conflicting parties, the non-state and the state security forces, will fight in a bloody war. And then you have civilians in the middle being caught in the crossfire. So how do you intervene in that? No? This was the logic of partnering with the armed forces. We have peace education, which we believe can actually influence the mindsets.
The series of disasters from Typhoon Sendong, Pablo and Yolanda, and the Bohol earthquake saw Balay Mindanaw again evolving into a disaster response NGO with our mantra, "We refuse to be victims, we choose to be resources."
Ang DREAM ay Disaster Risk Reduction, Resiliency Building and Emergency Response program of Balay Mindanaw. The core interventions of Balay Mindanaw's DREAM revolves around disaster preparedness and then post-disaster adaptation, while parallel to that is also offering resource support, especially for the households.
In our work for equity, development, and peace, we firmly believe that no one should be excluded. And we never stop reinventing ourselves. We continue to search for creative ways. From one small NGO in 1996 called the Balay Mindanaw Foundation Incorporated, or BMFI, we now have evolved into a family of NGOs, each with their respective charisms and specializations. The RCED, or the Resource Center for Empowerment and Development, Kabot Gahom, for empowering research and education. KPMFI, for Katilingbanong Pamahandi sa Mindanao, or Community Wealth Creation in Mindanao, for social enterprise and alternative livelihoods. Bangko sa Balay, for microfinance. And Global Mindanao Polytechnic, for technical vocational education and alternative learning. The ICPs in Mindanao, International Center for Peace in Mindanao, for our peace education and international peace work. And BMFI, for community-based equity, development, peace, and resiliency work. We continue to celebrate our small victories, even as we emerge wiser from failures, from mistakes. And as we continue our journey together, we are guided by these words from Archbishop Romero. We are workers, not master builders. We are ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future not our own. Padayon, Balay Mindanao.